control is a virtue. Do not be alarmed. We've been upgraded to serve you better. Have a nice day. Be advised. Obedience is precious.
So, Benny's dead, huh? That shifty son of a bitch had it coming. Yes! This is great news. No one screws with the Garrett twins and gets away with it. And for your reward, you can have the corner room, rent.
Rangers are getting reinforced.
Jackpot. Man, I love when I get them stuff off the bags. Head back to the house. No gun runners. Best DLC that came out.
I don't handle buying and... You have... None whatsoever.
Oh, I need the victories. 10's gone. 8's gone.
Nice.
So there's 3 across the whole thing, or as the most one. Sometimes. That was stupid, though. Come on, heart of the card. Initiate a nuclear option.
Nice.
I swear that was not over, but probably just misread. Corruption.
Wow, you're good.
Welcome, sir. Or
Yes. That badly. The money's back down. This is 1,000. There it is. Find my goals without stuff on the weeds, so. Open up all that privilege. Despite the fact if all four of them are genetic. Useless. Actually, no, I thought that was great, but
Hey.
our weight is still on. Yeah. I'll like jump through the boots to get there. I was putting no backpack. These ones all need to be transferred over. I probably never will.
I should really clean my gun soon.
Halt! Dry wells and all of the land beyond this gate belong to Kaisar. If you wish to aid us, you should speak to Decanus Remus. He leads the dry. Ensure you are familiar with the Legion's laws. Ignorance. These lands belong to the Legion. All you see is thanks to Kaisar. You are lucky to witness our might as one of the dissolute. Drug or alcohol use is not permitted within our lands. You are not to use, distribute, or purchase any illicit substances while in dry wells. You are permitted to bring your weapons with you, but use against any member or subject of the Legion will end in your death. Trading is permitted, and you will find that merchants are safer here than in NCR territories. There are no bandits or raiders along our roads. Do not disrupt Legion operations under any circumstances, and you will. Our garrison protects the front gate with many loyal legionnaires ready to defend at a moment's notice. This location prepares many of the shipments that eventually reach the Mojave, and many legionnaires rest here before heading up. Up the hill is the Office of Slavery, our capture center, and some shops from local subjects. We allow the shops to exist as long as they aid us. Tony runs a barber shop while Medicus. Beyond that is the administrative building, the most important asset in all of Drywells. The villa is where most of the subjects live. They don't bother us and provide aid when requested. Thomas and the elders. Finally, you will reach the slaves' quarters and the last drop. There are many merchants and all lands and property under Kaisar's rule belong to the Legion and follow its laws. We unite all peoples and tribes under a single banner. The Legion's watchful eyes ensure little crime makes its way into our lands, and the few brave or foolish enough to try are killed on sight. The merchants and subjects here are safe, and prefer our rule to alternatives. You are welcome to speak to them and see for yourself. Ah, the Hunters Guild. They mostly operate outside of our gates and are permitted to exist only as long as Centurion Gaius Magnus allows it.
Based here in Drywells, and I've been a part of the Hunters Guild as long as I can remember. We're what most groups here wish they could be, about as free as one can get in Legion territory. We help keep the land out here free from the creatures that keep people up at night. And trust me, the Legion doesn't need help protecting the roads in the town, but there's a lot of wilds to tame and not a lot of us. Is that a serious question? Come on. I used to help lead this place, now I'm barely allowed to be a... They don't want me to carry weapons, they don't want to allow me to fight, and they sure as hell don't want me working. You know, that's a good... I'm lucky enough to have a better gig here with the Hunters Guild than anywhere east of me for hundreds of miles. If I head west, there isn't much but lawlessness and war for 100 miles either. Here I have a roof over my head and friends by... I think I'll stay put unless the Legion kicks me out or...
Howdy. I'd love to, but all my stuff is locked up near the lodge. Rick won't... I'd love to.
Can I help you? Drywells is home. Before the war, this place was a resort town, and apparently tourists came from miles to visit. Now it's a supply hub for the Legion. They run a pretty tight Not many tourists anymore, I'm afraid. It's not all military, though, and between us and the villa, there's a pretty sizable... This is the Hunters Guild, or what's left of it. We've been in this town for a long time, much longer than the Legion. The Hunters... I'm not sure. Look, it's nothing personal, but we recently... Call me crazy, but I suspect there might be foul play at hand. Why would a whole group of Night Stalkers attack us? How about this? I'll start you with something. We regularly provide food for the troops from our hunts as tribute to the Legion, and our latest shipment. If you can handle a simple delivery, I'll talk to Trudy about finding you some real work. Give this to... Good. Be quick about it, please. We are on a schedule here. Kaisar's troops aren't the most forgiving group, especially when they're hungry.
Hello. Just in time. Thank you. It depends on what meats I have available. I make a desert salad that will keep you full. Not sure. My name is Paula, but the Legionaries call me Freeman. I think it's a joke to them. The fact that I'll never be... I was born in Colorado, and my tribe was conquered by the Legion when I was very young. I feed the troops here, which keep me... You're serious? You would help me? Oh, thank you so much. I've been hoping for a moment like this for as long... Right up the hill is where you could purchase my freedom. It's a There is a man there named Proximus. He is the head of the slavers, and would be able to set me free. I don't have much to repay you. I guess I hadn't thought about that yet. I'd love to live in the villa if that's possible. There are such kind people there. Could you speak to Thomas for me? He's one of the elders there, and I think he helps with the housing. He's always...
I'm Thomas. I help run the villa, and I guess I'm considered one of the elders now. I also I think that's a pretty dangerous question to be asking in public. Keep the safety of those in the villa. The Legion keeps our roads clear, and we haven't been attacked by raiders since they moved in. We are safe and have running. If you want my personal opinion beyond that. This used to be a medical clinic, it seems like. We converted the upstairs offices into bedrooms and turned it into a pretty not much medical work going on these days, and the Legion confiscated our supplies. Dr. Felix down the road does his best, though. What a wonderful thing to do. Paula sure has a talent for cooking, doesn't she? Never lets anything go to waste. Tell Paula we would welcome her here with open arms. As long as she's... Hopefully she can find it in her heart to help us in our kitchen, too. We don't have anyone worth their salt in there. No pun intended. Sure you can. 150 caps will get you a room. We keep this place pretty affordable for... Great. Goodbye.
Hey there, welcome to Dan and G. Well, my wife and I wanted to get a little closer, and I was tired of going all the way to her side to use the bathroom. I'm just kidding. So, technically, under Legion rules, Jan isn't supposed to help run her own shop. She's supposed to be my employee or my caretaker. We used to have two shops, mine and hers. Of course, we still live together, but she was quite the entrepreneur, her own separate store. With new management, I had to come up with a clever workaround. Did some renovating there in the middle of the store, and voila. Unfortunately, that also means you will have to do your trading through me. But I'll make sure I represent her bookshop to the best of my ability. That's a tough question. Things were much worse when the Twisted Hairs were here. So much violence. The Legion is harsh, but they keep things stable. Trains always run on time in Legion territory. Heard a trader say that once. Never knew what it meant, but I really like the sound of it. Sure thing.
Hey there, welcome to Sunscorch. You're shopping at Sunscorch Supplies, the best general. We specialize in,
What is it? I am Decanus Proximus, head slave master here at Drywell. It may sound like a lot of work, but I have a talent for administration, especially in regards to the cattle. No, I mean the cattle. The slaves haven't earned the right to be treated like you or I. There are times when the slaves outnumber us during large transports, sometimes 5 to 1. They never rise up, never fight back. If they had any work, they would have shown it by now. Why would you want to do that? She's quite useful. I'm not sure. I think you'll need to provide something substantial for her. Since you're lawful around here, we'll trade in your currency. 400. It's been a pleasure. You may let her know she is free to go. Or don't tell her. Not like.
True to Kaiser.
Hello. Thank you so much. You have given me my life back, and you gave me a place to live. This is beyond. Here are some special meals I have prepared that should help you on your.
Hello again. Great, thanks. That means your brain. Speak to Trudy. We help the Legion keep the critters at bay. They do a pretty good job of keeping the roads clear, but they need an. We have a few rules we have to. In return, the Legion doesn't poach our members for their army, and we get to trade any extra. It's really not that bad. As long as you're the type that can keep your head down. Smartasses find their way. Around here? Nope. We're the only one. Can't imagine the Legion would. There's other moving bands of hunters out there, but I'm not sure how many east of the Mojave. We might. There is the Chase Collegium, a band of weirdos from out west that hunts the bigger critters. I know one of them used to work as a merc for the Legion, taking out lake lurks along. If any of them are here, I imagine they won't be much longer. Kaiser tends to gobble up the smaller group.
Hey there. I sure do. If you want to be one of us, up the hill by the villa used to be a camp for the Twisted Hares tribe. The cave there Sure, they used to own everything around here. Now the Legion will barely mention them. They're pretty much. The only remnants the Legion leaves behind are the ashes of Twisted Hare camps and the carcasses you see along the road. The Twisted Hares were a force to be reckoned with, and we had a lot of unpleasant encounters with them. Still, there are rumors of a survivor of the Twisted Hares, a woman who rose up in the east and carved up a lot of legionaries. Not sure if it's. Good. Come back when it's done. You can keep any spoils for yourself for this one. We don't want any meat from animals that fed. Just make sure you get the mother.
It just sucks when that happens. I just hope it's not a permanent. You never know with Bethesda games. Like sometimes, like, oh, the engine just decided to have a bitch fit and crash. Sometimes it's, oh, hey, I am definitely interested in that direction. I don't really have any of those right now. But you never know. Should probably quick save more often.
What are you doing here? This is my claim. You trying to steal my shit? I hear you. I hear you. Okay, let's do it. We'll go, but not the rest. The rest is.
Hey there. Great work. I'm sure we'll hear a lot less complaints from the villa of trash cans getting broken into. What a nightmare. Let me know when you're ready for your next. The Hunters Guild prides itself in our ability to. There's the cave. Hey there. Unbelievable! You defeated a giant Yao Guai alone? From this day forward, you are officially a member of the Hunters. Any hunter would lay down their life for another, and that will be our expectation for you as well. Here, a uniform and a reward. What's next is the big one. It's time to retake our home. Rick has been preparing. Speak to...
Hello again. Great, I think we're ready to go. Some of the hunters are outside, ready for our assault. When you're ready, if you need any supply, you and the hunters will enter the front door and assault the Night Stalkers head on. If all...
Hope you're ready. Here's a key and...
Dead legionaries? Shock collars? There's a note on... Leave the basement and activate the device to remove all the collars at once. The night... Signed, Centurion Gaius Magnus. What the hell? Don't tell me to fucking calm down. Gaius killed us all. He murdered so many. I've spent... and now it's gone. What the hell? It's risky, but I think it's the right move. We need to rebuild our strength before we can... We aren't even in a position to leave dry wells if we wanted to. With all... I'll move the hunters to this side of the river, and we'll bide our time. If we find an opportunity for us to strike... Here, take this. You played a crucial part. Hello again.
Hello.
True to myself.
Hey there. Welcome.
We each serve the lead.
Awe. I am Remus, a veteran Decanus of Caesar's Legion. I oversee Do the blind hate those who give them sight? Does a child hate its parents for giving them life? No, the Legion and Constantine raised my tribe from the ground and showed me the truth. Might makes right, and the Legion is mighty. Constantine oversees dry wells when Gaius Magnus is on campaign. He is Gaius' second, and one of Caesar's greatest soldiers. This is our... Look, everyone, this profligate can tell jokes. Put on a clown hat for me, profligate. Tell me some... Let me ask you something. If a shipment of supplies is sent from Arizona to the Mojave, and there's nobody here to move it, how will it reach Caesar? This position is key for the Legion, and the NCR knows it. They want everything east of the Colorado too, but they can't have it. It's Caesar's. I may have a task that needs an outside hand. There's a merchant along I-40 that has been harassing legionaries. I don't want him dead. I want answers. Sending legionaries would likely result in the loss of the merchant's head, and see if you can figure out who he works for and why he is asking so many questions. Prove to me that you can handle this task with discretion. If you can, plenty more work will be...
Hey there. Hey, take it easy. Keep your voice down. I'm just trying to protect myself here. Alright, shoot. I should have planned this better. Are you working? Good. I need someone I can trust out here. I'm from... out west. We'll just leave it at that. I'm doing some recon out here. Sure thing.
Away. Great work. You may make a great frumentari for Caesar someday. I will have my men apprehend the merchant and take... He will tell us everything he knows. In the meantime, I'd like you to speak with Centurion Constantine directly. He is in the administration building at the top.
I just wasted a level up. Wait, I know how to fix that. I thought that was two-handed. Start high, go down low. The best perch of the higher tier perks. No, don't block. Ooh.
Oh good, you're here. Remus told me you were coming. Then there's... Good, then let's not waste any time. As I'm sure you've noticed, clear roads, no hostile wildlife, and the subjects thrive. Although lately, our reputation as a safe haven from the Wasteland has been... challenged. Just below where we stand is an old mine from the pre-war. It's been empty since our years of... However, there's been a recent change of events that have occurred. It's as if they're coming out of the damn walls. I dispatched a Contrabania to clear the first layer and secure a foot. I'm hesitant to send more reinforcements. Without knowing the source, with most our veterans on campaign with Gaius, I'm left with no choice. I cannot risk failure. Gaius Magnus will, and if I lose any more legionaries, well, that's none. I'm glad to hear that.
Salway. You may not. Passage beyond dry wells is restricted to Legion subjects.
Do you have any idea what you've just walked into? You should have stayed out. You killed our ferals, so we're gonna have to move again. They were the sewer connector. There's a ton of collapsed tunnels, and we sent the ferals out first to clear the way for us. Left those rad barrels by the front of the cave as a "Stay Out" sign. Looks like... We're not really looking to live under the Legion's boot. No offense. We've been surviving down here for longer than you've been alive. There's more ferals in the sewer connector. We'll pull them back, clear the path for you. Wait here. We'll block the exit behind us, so they can't come back in. You're a good person, Smooth.
Expecting someone else? I understand you were the one who succeeded where Constantine failed, but you cleared the mine of the infestation brought about by his incompetence. Here, your payment in full. If you plan on staying in Dry Wells, I have use for someone who can help me fix the mess I... Constantine is no longer here, and he is no longer a Centurion. You would be wise to remove him from your memory, as he no longer serves. Constantine's failures have let Dry Wells fester. I am sitting here on a rotting hill of carcasses. Dead Legionnaires. It is none of your concern, but Constantine will soon be sentenced to death. His body will be put on display for all to see. It will serve as a reminder to the Legionaries of... It is no small feat, however, to sentence a Centurion to death. This process will take time, and I'll likely need to speak to Caesar personally. Caesar will review my claim and utter his final judgment. So, the Dissolute wants to know who I am. I am Gaius Magnus, conqueror of the Burning Suns tribe. Tribals and profligates alike fear my name, and all know it. As should you, one of the Dissolute. The Burning Suns were a tribe from south of here, far south. They live in a hellscape hotter than even Phoenix. I was sent on a campaign to war against the southern tribes, and crush any opposition to Kai. It was a long journey, and the lands were wild. My hardened veterans cleansed many small tribes, but the Burning Suns were our fiercest opposition. The Burning Suns were a strong people, accustomed to the heat and harshness of their land. I knew immediately they would be formidable warriors. Their strength lied in their worship of the sun. Our scouts learned that they believe it gave them strength, and preferred to fight at its peak. It makes sense, doesn't it? They were used to the scorching sun, so they fight better at the hottest part of the day. Nothing spiritual about it. It was easy enough after that. We conducted our raids at night and torched their outposts. They would learn to fear the night, fear the darkness. As our raids increased, they slept less. Their soldiers were deprived and weakened, while my veterans were trained in total war. I threatened their elders with annihilation, and they finally bent the knee, as most. I brought Kaisar his 87th tribe on a silver platter, and I will bring him many more. Yes, I did. Very astute. As I mentioned, I need to instill a reminder that just because we are not on the front line, I will not seek out this cancer at its source. Start with Decanus Remus. See if you can dig. After working alongside Constantine for so long, it's likely that the... Good.
I won't lie. I've seen better days. I feared this day would come. Gaius Magnus is a great soldier, but he has no tolerance for... not to his standard, at least. I've known he was coming for me one way or another. He's always suspected me of winning his position. I just never saw it playing out like this. Thank you, but there is no tolerance in the Legion for failure. I'm likely to never see the sun again until the day of my execution. That's true, although I'm not sure the same can be said for all the Legionaries. Remus and I, the Legionaries who run this capture facility, are also sympathetic to my cause. Gaius is overconfident. He forgets the troops prefer my treatment. They might just support my challenge if I project strength. Gaius was arrogant to charge my own men with guarding me. He underestimates me. I have a plan. It's a risky one, but with your assistance I'm sure we could pull it off. As long as you're serious about it, there will be no... Alright, first thing you'll need to do is clear the sewers. There's a grate behind this building that leads straight in. Clear whatever is alive down there, and return to me when it's done. I'm not sure why you're helping me, but I won't turn... In the meantime, I'll speak to my men here about joining our cause. If they simply let me leave, Gaius would kill them all. Legionaries here have agreed to join me and are risking their lives for this. In the meantime, I will need you. Decanus Remus will not need any convincing, but the other leaders will. Once you have met with the Decani, meet me in the mine. I will gather my strength and do what I can from there. And thank you. You have lit a fire of hope within me. Let us hope that Gaius.
Hey there.
Hello again. We sure did. I can safely say that if it wasn't for your help, if you ever need
Salute. Constantine escaped? And what are the men downstairs? I see. I'm not surprised. The legionaries respect Constantine. They fear Gaius, but Constantine earned their respect without dissimmatio. I'm not surprised they prefer Constantine's calculated approach over Gaius's brutality. I, however, will require more convincing. Why should I support Constantine? Gaius Magnus controls Drywells, and most of its... That is a fair point. It seems my legionaries have made their decision, and I should likely make mine. Let Constantine know that he has my support, and my legionaries. We will await his orders and prepare...
Salve. Have you come here seeking your death? Openly, out of respect for Constantine, I will allow you to leave. Unhinged. The Legion does not tolerate failure. It was my Contubernium who had to help clear Dustfall Mine, who put them... Will Constantine stand for his failures? He allowed that breach to occur. He is responsible. Fighting with words, like a profligate. But you speak true. We all are part of these failures, and likely would share... Very well. Tell your
Yahweh. Constantine brought me into the Legion and took me under his wing. I am proud to be his second, and if there's anything I can do to help, please.
Hey. That was a great thing you did for Paula. I bet you could earn even more karma if you help some more people around here. There's a lot. If you want to do more good, you should speak to Proximus again and see if he'll let you free more slaves. The Legion is usually happy to let them go, as long as you're... My deal is what goes around comes. If you bring chaos and hate into this wasteland, pretty soon that's... If you take a look at this messed up world and... it's not like that at all. The world will make it clear, and it'll... It's a mixed bag, like anything out here. It's a hell of a lot more lawless than Legion lands, but that does mean more freedom. There's been a ton of fighting down in Baja with the NCR, and Gaius Magnus has been marching around chopping off heads. The two big factions are trying to gobble the Lone Star State. Well, let's see. There's a pretty big Brotherhood presence there. A lot bigger than anything I've seen out west. The Legion is gearing up to try and take it, but there's a lot of empty land and not many tribes to conquer. The land isn't great for farming, or really much of anything. I've heard of great cities, the Texas Triangle they call it, but I never reached it. Kaiser made a big show of conquering El Paso del Norte, the passageway to the north. Turns out it was mostly a burnt out. The locals abandoned the place before Legion got there, torching everything. Maybe the other great cities will have a bit more...
What is it? You want to free more slaves? I'm happy. There is work that needs to be done. Menial labor far too lowly. Since you care about them so much, why don't you go speak? It'll be a fun game. You can do your good deed for the day, and I get to work the other slaves. I'll only charge you 200 caps for this one.
True to Kaiser.
Hey there. I need to get back to work. Oh, wow. Really? I will make my way to the Mojave and start a new life. I've heard there's cities with lights so bright it looks like the... I'll never come back here.
I only have... What's the point? There's nowhere to go. Whoever you save will probably...
Hello. You've gotta help me. I'm not supposed to be here. My family disowned me and sent me to fend for myself along the Colorado. I got caught up with a raider gang and did some bad things. I'm not proud of them, but this isn't the right punishment for my crimes. Please.
Hey there. If you help me, I can come back and help free these people. I'm an NCR trooper. I was stationed near Cottonwood.
Yeah, I'm gonna freak him out.
What is it?
Not helping the raider.
The disgraced legionary. Very well. Well,
The problem is, an NCR raid in this area, it's just not gonna happen. Especially after the Battle of New Vegas. Like, it's just not. They're not gonna have the manpower to push it. That's basically gonna get more people sent to death. Kono at least has ambition. One dude is just depressed, so I'm not wasting time, and I'm not helping him. Kono is, in my opinion, that's the strength.
Hey there. I need. Thank you. So much. I'm gonna head up to Bullhead and get out of here.
You've done a lot already, more than almost anyone around here. I have something to talk with you about. Hey. Later. Let me tell you a bit more about myself. I've been I'm gonna be honest. They've got the place locked down. No more raiders, no more crime. Most people around here. I'm a big believer in karma, though. I can't sit around and pretend there aren't human beings forced into lives of servitude all around. I've been working with a contact across the river to ferry captures into the Mojave and get them out of Legion control. We've saved 30. Behind the door I have boarded upstairs is a group of 4 more. This is the first time I've risked keeping people here. I've never told anyone outside of my contact about this before. I can't do that, but if you help these people, maybe you'll get a chance to meet. Great. Look, we normally have a system. We catch the legionaries on the road, and when they make camp, we steal away a couple slaves. We've never saved 4 at once before, and we've definitely never brought them into a Legion town. It only takes one. We need to find a way to get our hands on some disguises to get everyone out. I'd suggest trying some. You'll need a decent reputation. Hey. Liberator is waiting for us.
Look at... Do you think us stupid? Do you think we wouldn't see you running around, freeing slaves, making... The Legion has eyes everywhere. Speak, Mount. Yes, you are a friend of the Legion, which... Ah.
My name.
Look at... Do you... Typical prof. How about this? 200 caps for each slave and your friend. The woman dies, that is non... Very well, 750 caps will do. Legionaries, kill the woman.
I don't know how you bargained for our freedom from the Legion. I've never been rescued before. I don't think I want... Here, for helping us. I hope you find it as useful as I have. Maybe we'll meet again someday. I'm not... Thanks again for your help.
Always. As you can see, more legionaries have joined me, and much of my gear has been... This is great news. With half the legionaries and dry wells under my command, I have... Next, we will need to plan our final stand. We can't stay down here forever, and it's only a matter... He could simply block the exits and starve us out, or roll radiation barrels down here to force us out. We'd all... Attacking Gaius in his fortress... Having fortified the building myself, I can tell you that no attacking force would be able to get through without incredible losses. What we need is a defensible position out of direct sight of the hill. I believe the villa would work, and I want you to speak to Thomas, the villa elder. Convince them... Do you have... The Hunters Guild might support us. That's a great idea. There are rumors Gaius may have been plotting against them. It's difficult to say if they would make much of a difference. I also don't... Very well. If you can convince the subjects in the villa to help us, we'll accept their support. You'll have to convince them to join us, which may be a... I'm grateful to those who have joined my side.
True to Kaiser.
Hello again. The Hunters Guild stands with you. We're ready to get our... I'll alert the fighters. They will stand...
Hey there.
Hello.
Hey there. Well, it doesn't sound... I hope you know what this... To him, standing... I know some of us would be willing to help. I will tell the townsfolk they can either hide with us.
Please tell their leaders we will accept their help. I have employed them in many hunts before, but this will be unlike any... Good. Is there anything else before we head up to the village? Then there's nothing left. This is it. Everyone is in. True to This is it. Everyone. This is it. Everyone.
Imagine watching one dude just solo an entire Legion attack. And then when he's done, he just walks around the ocean of corpses. Just taking what he wants off them. Oh, we absolutely pulled our Lucas inspired. No, he ran faster than I've ever seen any man run before. And then once he hit them, he just ground them up, cut them into pieces before unleashing a barrage of missiles. Did he spawn the bombs? Or did I just send them flying in so many different directions? Keeping the helmet.
We've done it. I can't believe we've done it. Gaius Magnus is dead. So many legionaries had to die. The cost was far too great. It'll take time to recover from this, and I'll have to think of what to tell Caesar. Here, I have a special reward for you. A key. Your own home in the villa. There is a massive cleanup effort left to do, not just with the body. That's nothing that you need to consider. Our roads are secure, the sewers and mines are cleared, and the legionaries remaining today is a great day. I believe we had very different governing styles. I will not employ decamatio. That is to say, I will not kill my own men to improve unity. I will listen to my advisors, rather than crucifying them for defying me. Failures will still be met with harsh punishment, but rarely death outright. Where Gaius was brutal, I will be fair. I will still adhere to Caesar's laws, and the Legion's rule will remain absolute here. You want to help more after all you've done? I don't have any work for you here, but you could try. With the villa and dry wells secure, the area is fully under Caesar's control. I'll do my...
Sub me with the Legion? It's okay. Good storage. Oh, that was second. Check out the first one. Okay, bathroom. It's okay. The problem is, like, they give you, like, the best one with, in New Vegas.
Hello again.
has to be like a way to leave, right? One of these roads, maybe? Home sweet home.
I roll sweet.
Where to, partner? Casino floor.
Welcome, Sir Orman.
forest. Yeah, I don't know how long this one's going to be because the other one was supposed to be like 10, 15 hours, and that's like, let's see, we've been live for 2. Yeah, we did the whole thing in an hour. Maybe it's a bit long, like not doing a kill in Wastelands, but yeah, I think the length of that quest line was great.
Hey there. Gotta make sure we've got some. Have you spoken to me? Every individual passing through the Long 15 must be documented for sense. Very well. Okay, it looks like you've been long. Have a nice.
This was supposed to have like 20. Okay, I can believe this has 2030. Actually, I believe I'll probably like cop this off. Hold on.
What do you want? I'm not in the mood to chat. I'm just here for a couple. The hell are you talking about? Are you a Damn. Guess I gave my... I'll have to start from the beginning. I'm from Ashland, up in Oregon. For years, I'd heard about the NCR, even seen some of their traders, but they were never really our problem. Then, the NCR cleared a good chunk of the I-5. I was pretty happy, because that meant no more raiders. Until the settlers came. The settlers wanted to make us NCR, real pushy about it too. Started fights, squatted in our land, and then, one day, there were more of them than us. Soon, we had an NCR treasurer, an NCR trade officer, an NCR mayor, and finally, an NCR sheriff. That sheriff was a vindictive bastard. He shut my parents' business down, let NCR mobs run rampant, and looked the other way to NCR traffickers. One day, I just couldn't take it anymore. I walked into the sheriff's office and shot him in the back of the head. NCR didn't want a trial. Thought it would get ugly, make them look bad. So, they shipped me as far from Oregon as they could. That was NCRCF. Spent a few months there doing hard labor on the railroads. We outnumbered the guards 15-1. It was a powder keg ready to blow. They didn't even have the manpower to check our cells after a while. Cook and his crew gathered up dynamite and took over. It was barely even a fight. I wasn't really interested in a revolution, though. I know I can't win that war. Not sure if I want to go home, though, either. Not much left for me there. I may stick around for a while, see if I can find the place I can fit in. The NCR should help me if I claim I'm a Mojave War refugee. Thanks for the advice.
The honcho of one of them strip families got killed right in his own casino. You know he pissed off the wrong guy.
Hey, I recognize you. You're one of them Mojave Express couriers, right? You... I can't remember if we formally met. What was your name? That sounds right. Well... Sure. So this is the Long 15. It runs from Dayglow to Old Canada. This stretch of the interstate's pretty safe. Just don't go off into the Hollow Hills. The critters there. If you keep going west, you'll hit Fort Weston. After that, Baker. If you want to go to the hub, you'll need proof of citizenship, though. And it takes forever to get that verified. It's bark scorpion breeding season, so they're more agitated than usual. They typically don't try attacking the roads, though. It's the local NCR Army fort. They got some If you're looking for a stiff drink, I'd try Huffman's Hole. Food for the road? There's a followers clinic that will patch you up. The Hawaiian King for beds, and the community center for beds if you can't afford. Well, the two big shots around here are Hightower and Stanton. You could get employment with them easy. Alternatively, there's always the merchants at the Hawaiian King, but I don't really... Leland Hightower, CEO of the Water Merchants. Not just a big shot, the big shot. More powerful than some senators. He set up a winter home in Baker several years ago. By all accounts, a good employer. Frick Stanton, Brahmin Baron. He basically owns Baker. Lots of money being washed around there. He's got some court cases against him right now, but it isn't the first time. And he'll probably duck these too. I don't know. I don't even really know. Town Hall's locked down though. Well, there were raider attacks not too long ago, but there was a shootout at Baker Town Hall too, but I'm not really... And then, there was the arrival of the Colonel. A pretty impressive... Lázaro Royes. He's just wrapped up the Sierra campaign up north. I'm kind of surprised we have such a prestigious individual at the fort. I only know what I heard. There were a bunch of gunshots for a couple of days, but it's over now. Town Hall's been locked up tight ever since. A lot of mercs... Well, like I said, they came out of nowhere and hit some of the caravans. Ever since the troopers reinforced the roads, they've... Kinda crazy, though. We haven't had raiders in this part of California for over a decade now. If you keep going west, if you want to go to the hub, you'll... Absolutely. Welcome back.
A reliable source told me we're getting the best NCR soldiers to help us against the Legion.
slower than an NCR line.
Would you like to fill out a complaint form?
Welcome to
I
the
can
Department
guarantee
of Roads
no
and Commerce. If you have an appointment, please see Mr. Bowers down the hall. Otherwise, please wait your turn.
Oh, hell. I'm really very busy. That's quite the coincidence. We just received paperwork for the arrest and processing of an Elias Turner in Baker. Surely no relation, right? You're reporting a crime, you know. Your best bet would be the Baker Sheriff's Office just up. Or you could see if the good colonel would release some of his troopers to help you with that. Of course, that's just the crime. If you're interested in the paperwork, head east to the other DRC office. They might have a backup of his information, though. No. Unless you are looking to help me with this paperwork, you are wasting my time. I should set up a tip jar so customers can really start showing.
Hey.
Nothing moves slower than an NCR line.
Well, I gotta. Whoever can live vicariously through me. Take out the DR. Now this brings me back to my good old twisted days in the capital Wastelands. Good times. I was gonna say, like, is the game crash or is it gonna load?
Nothing moves slower than an NCR line.
Our contract with Fort Weston includes a warrant. A gunrunner staffer is required to be nearby at all. Generally, make sure the customer is satisfied. Mostly service. They're clean. Some high quality. Honestly, that's. You really should be buying from our office near McCarran. Their stock.
Oh, was that their stock? And oh, you were broke. Their stock was okay. Pretty good stuff. She ain't kidding. Their stock is crap here.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change. What? Bub, you know, my deputy, he's over in the fucking, tell him to come get me. Looks like the law finally caught up with me, huh? You here to throw the book at me, deputy? Go on then. Maybe that mayor in the town hall will give you a medal. One less roadblock for him. Fine. I'll go see Bub. Just give me a little bit to...
Spare some change, miss. Name's Don. I'm from Dayglow, but I lost my life savings on the strip. I only had enough to make... And my family's pissed at me. They won't... Honestly, I spend most of the day outside. I try to do some jobs here and there. It's hard, you know? I used to go to the community center, but, back in Freeside, I got addicted to this drug, Ultrajet. I kicked it a while ago, but I relapsed about... I think I've kicked it again, but the owner doesn't trust me. Oh, really? Oh, and while you're at it, do you think you could talk to Knox? He's the big guy at the front door. He makes life hell when I stay there. Maybe you could ask him to be a little nicer to me? It's alright if... What? Holy sh...
I knew more about what's going on in the body. Seems like it's important.
I'll head back to Bub.
What do you want? Donnie? You mean that shit stain that sleeps in the alley? Yeah, no thanks. We got enough of a rap. Let him know I've been helping myself to his chem stash, though. He has some good... You tell Donnie if he comes anywhere near this place again, I'll drag him to the... What do you want? Lot of... I don't like looking at your ugly mug. Melvin hired... Oh.
Hey, look. Thank you for... Well, there's a substantial homeless population here in Baker. Direct action is... We are dealing with a large-scale drug problem, made worse by a gang of criminals who have recently been pushed out of the hub. We do our best to help, but so... And that's assuming we... There's not much. Both my parents were in the military, so I was raised by my community and NCR dual military family programs. I've worked for nonprofits and even dabbled in the followers for a little while. but I wanted to own something for myself. I'm not sure what attracted me to Baker, but I felt like I could make more of an impact in a small town where I could learn everyone's names. This is the Baker Community Center. We provide housing and care for Baker. This center was previously funded by the town's treasury, but it fell into a state of I recently purchased the center and made some renovations as well as the beds used to be free for residents, but with no government support, I've had to. We've completed a number of changes. We converted cubicles to beds for struggling Baker. I had new coffee brewers added, and we could provide Why, thank you. I want to give back to the town that saved me. Well, without getting myself in too much trouble, I'll say that our town hall has undergone a shift of sorts. It seems we have a new mayor, one who is not solely... These guards are a deterrent to keep those mercenaries from getting curious. Donnie, I feel for him. I really do. You don't generally do multiple strikes. If you mess up, you're out. It's harsh, but there's a long line of... The best way to get Donnie in is to have him. Otherwise, it'll need to be a substantial fee. If he can pay a yearly rate for a bed rental up front, we'll let... That's probably... 3. The main employers in the area are Mr. Hightower, the water merchant from the hub, or Mr. Stanton at his villa to the south. I believe Stanton provides lodging for his employees as well. You should start with his farm overseas. Hightower is the richest man in the area. He has connections in every major NCR city. I haven't seen enough of him to know his intentions, but he claims to want to help the town. Stanton is unfortunately, this makes him invaluable to the NC. He employs many people in his villa and ranches. It worries me about the conditions those people...
What do you want?
Yes? What do you want? And you as well. I am Leland Hightower, CEO of the New California Water Company. Is there some particular reason you are speaking to me directly? It's kind of you to help someone in need, but I won't let you... Is he a good worker? And more... Very well. I will let him work here. However, the workers' quarters are only for my trusted employees, and I do not trust him yet. He'll have to stay in the community center for now, but I will pay him a fair salary, enough that he may one day own his own home. It is, isn't it? It's my winter home, away from the hub. I had it built as a vacation spot many years ago. Eventually, though, I hope to turn this town into a great business center, the perfect bridge between the hub and the Mojave. It is a pity my wife didn't live to see it, but I'd imagine that she would have loved it. Put simply, we are the lifeblood of every community in New California. The previous administration botched the handling of the NCR's great reservoirs of water, so we were given exclusive control over every drop of water in New California. The hub has been the source of water to California for nearly 2 centuries. It's only right that it falls to us. Indeed, and with this power comes great responsibility. We strictly regulate the usage of water and are always looking to make sure all new sources of water are monitored, clean, accessible, and used for the common good. Of course, civic mindedness is the bedrock of Californian democracy. President Kimball is the personification of hub state politics, for better or for worse. Patronage over bureaucracy and underfunding of government departments, lack of federal aid to the states, corruption, obedience to moneyed interests, and a lack of social safety nets. I've spoken with him at length on these issues, but he believes that all these problems are temporary ones, or they're not actually problems. It is a difficult place to run a business. The city has been desperate for revenue since the '73 riots and was forced to increase taxes on its citizens. The state government prioritizes the suburbs over our urban working class. Rampant corruption on all levels of power impairs efficiency and erodes public trust in our institutions. And the most important high-paying union jobs continue to leave for, well, the West. The hub has always been a difficult place for mutants to live peacefully. In '73, it boiled over after police attacked a ghoul woman of the oldest trade. I have a distaste for the profession, but I also acknowledge it as a legitimate occupation. She didn't deserve that. I remember seeing the smoking downtown from my office in the Water District, and I saw the poor of the hub shoot at officers in the Heights District. So many people just left after that. The hub has never recovered. Labor unions, the spokesmen of the workers, a vital component of any democracy. Kimball has been uniformly hostile to them and has broken up dozens of smaller unions and a couple of the larger ones. In the hub, the only major union left is the Desert House Railroad Workers Union, a sharp decline and sad to see. It is a large and growing community, centered on tourism to the Strip, military movement to the west, agriculture, and the overpass. Well, there is a significant level of corruption. The Ultrajet epidemic has hit Baker on. Local police department has been apathetic or incompetent. In addition, should the NCR expedition to the Mojave reverse, this town will enter a steep decline. Based on my information, that's closer than something major. I've been forming connections with the powers that be for decades, and I clearly interrupted something when I got Colonel Royas transferred here. Secret meetings at hub ranches, an emergency meeting in Shady, troop transfers at Murrock and Fort. A lot of powerful people are going out of their way to not talk. If I had to guess, the hub is making a move against Stanton. That said, now that I've called Colonel Royas here, The trade war between them is unlikely to escalate. That is correct. I had to burn quite a few favors to get him transferred here from his wonderful campaign protecting lakefront property in the Sierra Nevada. There were caravan attacks not too long ago, and I thought his forces would be more useful protecting our largest supply line of the Mojave than some vacation and CEOs. It's important to securing control of the Mojave will enable greater control of the Long 15 and enable further NCR expansion through Nevada and to Utah. The dream of a stable, peaceful civilization is in sight. And of course, locally, the annexation of New Vegas as the first true new state of the NCR since its founding will help with our economy. Its populace still uses the bottle cap, and that's something that will make the transition from the dollar to the cap much easier. More important than most people understand, it's not all military prowess. People need to feel like their currency is worth something to feel secure. They need to feel that the fundamentals of society function. If they don't, well, then society is doomed. They are a serious threat to civilization and represents a backward step to the time of anarchy and violence. I assume most people in Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado are by and large good people, so it's up to us to free them from Legion totalitarianism. Why wouldn't they? The NCR is the best hope for the Wasteland. After nearly a decade of contact with them, surely they have realized that by now. Then you came to the right place. I'm sure you've noticed the giant overpass overlooking Baker and Fort Weston. If you were feeling adventurous, you may have even tried to cross it. Well, it has been under construction for a staggering 7 years, with almost no substantial... That thing is a major eyesore, not to mention a safety hazard to the area. I'd like you to head to the overpass construction site and ask around. Figure out why they're dragging their feet, and who I can. Who's to blame? That is correct. My company has a net worth of approximately 215 million NCR dollars. It won't be half as impressive as putting it back in the hands of the people. It is the duty of the rich to act as the great investor of the next generation of entrepreneurs and this generation of the poor. I hope to have put 95% of this great sum back into the hands of the people before my life is over. My gift to the people of the NCR. Yes, my wife is deceased, unfortunately. A particularly aggressive cancer. My son is in training at the Shady Business School to learn how to run this company. He'll be interning with the followers in the Boneyard next year to learn how to run people. I'm very proud of him. And my daughter is a more creative type, painter and writer. They're so busy these days, I only have Cavill to keep me company.
Hey.
What do you want? Donnie, let him know I've been helping myself.
Hey, it's the big... Whoa. I'm gonna need some nicer clothes to work at Mr. Hightower's house. I hope you'll give me some. Here. I know it's not much, but I wanted to thank you for helping me get my...
Hey there, stranger. Do you know... No, and you would know. You get the and you won't get the A bunch of us used to roll along the 50. It was a real important number to us. Brings good luck and good fortune. Most of the town you see here was Jackal Central. We had a nice thing going in Baker. There were a lot of travelers along the road to catch and eat, and some of the caravans offered to trade with us to pass through. Oh, that's a long story, but I do enjoy telling it if you want. One day, this guy calling himself sheriff came to town. Said his name was Nolan Crow, and that the NCR was coming. He told us that we could either face him or face an army. Our leader laughed at him and ordered his underlings to shoot at him. In 2 seconds, 8 jackals and the leader were dead on the floor. Crow ripped through Baker, killing dozens of jackals. A bunch of them fled town into the hills. I dropped my weapons and just surrendered. When the troopers showed up, they wanted to kill me. But Crow told them that I had already been sentenced. I was doing community service and house arrest. Same person. He might be, unimpressive now. But back then, you should have seen him. For the next several months, we buried the bodies. He had me scrubbing away the bloodstains, burning cazador nests, and making that old jackal meat storage a real sheriff's office. Wherever he went, I went. He showed me how to read, to write, file taxes, all the civilized stuff. About 5 years into this, I asked if he would be willing to settle down with me. He said yes, and we got married in that church over there. No kids, though. We divorced a decade ago, before you asked. His, problem got in the way. I don't know if I'll go back to him, but I do still care about alcohol. I quit cold turkey because of him a long time ago. It's a damn shame that he's gone down that path. Fine. He can't have kids anymore. He told me that he had one a long time ago who died of cholera. But ever since then, nothing. We've tried, but the doctors told him that he just can't have them anymore.
Good afternoon.
Can't believe Liz is wasting days on the science experiment. Does she know we're full up?
Someone entered the Lucky 38. That's never happened before.
What the hell do you want? I served the greatest republic in the world, and I am entitled to medical care. They told me that they should be thanking me for keeping them safe. But instead, they're calling me a bigot and treating me like I'm the monster. Baja War Syndrome. It's just what you get for surviving out there. Toxins, radiation, bad food. No one knows what really causes it, but I'd bet my house it's those damn ghouls. Congress doesn't want to tell Kimball because those zombies vote for him. But The NCR is the greatest thing to ever happen to the Wasteland. It was those damn ferals that ruined everything. Spread rats around, poisoned our food and water supply. Now I don't know what this You ever seen a feral tear through a squad? Watched a friend get ripped apart because one of those freaks lost control? Ghouls are dangerous. All of them. You don't trust a rabid dog just because it hasn't bit you yet. If you want to help, you could convince that pencil-pushing wet noodle of a man at the DSPV. I'm not going to Fort Weston, so don't... It's not zero, though, is it? Ah, fuck it. It's not like I'm gonna live much longer anyways. But don't expect me to treat that freak like a human.
Can I help you? Miss Hoffman is suffering from a chronic... Her insurance through the DSPV covers treatment at Fort Weston, but she is demanding we treat her instead, despite her ignorance. We will not be treating bigots, especially not bigots who already have health coverage. That's a fair point. However, it doesn't change. If you can somehow maybe talk to Dr.
Welcome to the Baker Clinic. We've got Come with me. Take a look through the door. Our patients are in there. Look through the window. These are our most difficult patients right now. We found them just south of Death Valley after a freak storm from the Divide. The followers had heard rumors of survivors of whatever happened in the Divide all those years ago, but we've never... A subtype of ghouls? The flesh, it's been stripped off. They should be dead given the pain tolerance. When they're not exposed to radiation, they start flat. It's a long-term project to try and find a cure for their condition. Back west, we opened records indicating that MedTech was involved in the production of much more powerful curatives and palliatives. The first thing we need to do is collect a sample of ultrastim packs. I'm hoping this will circumvent their need for radiation. Our records indicate that a sample was on its way to Vegas before the bombs fell, but your job would be to find... Great! This is the route we acquired from the MedTech database. The truck is somewhere along here.
Hello, friend. NCR and proud. Heavy gunner with 2nd Div. Some. I knew 18. The Rangers had some more, though, but I never met. It was hard fighting. Power armor doesn't break easily, and the bunkers were death traps. A lot of my friends died, and it makes me sad that it's still going. War is a terrible thing. It's a good place to live. Many opportunities for mutants compared to the Wasteland, and it's been getting better all the time. I will be voting to re-elect Kimball. He's been doing good things for mutant rights. I was looking for a friend of mine. He was kidnapped and taken to a mine called Mariposa. He died from the same green stuff. After that, it's hazy. I was a slave for a while to someone, but they left after a rebellion. Wandered the wastes after that. It was 40 years ago, but yes, 2 semesters of education at Reading Community College and vocational school. You speak well for a human, too. I live here. I retired. I came here with my wife. She was a trooper in the 2nd, just like me. Got married. She died. Old age. 2 years ago. It wasn't like that. She trusted me because I cannot... It's embarrassing. She said I was nicer than most of the troops, and told me I looked lonely. Yes, but this isn't as bad as the hub, but things are fine, I think. Getting better all the time. Still, I'm not happy right now. My pension... That would be nice. I'm not sure what the holdup is. I've tried the DS... Finally, a man there told me I needed to come back tomorrow. So I did. And the same thing happened again. 6... I wish my wife was still here. She would know what to do. Thank you. You will need to speak to Brad.
He's sterile. The FAP2 sterilizes everything in fact, alters. That's actually what put an end to the Master's plan. Once he realized that there'd be no 2nd generation...
You're back, and I'm well. Not proud of how you found me earlier. I guess I owe you thanks. Or an apology. You really need an explanation? I had a rough day. Hell, rough year. I needed to take... Looks like I ended up taking a... I'm Nolan Crow, the sheriff of this... Well, I shoot the ones that disturb it. The rest get the message. Ain't no perfect science to it. I never shot nobody that I didn't have to. Baker, it's a corpse that don't know it's dead yet. Crime's high, funding's low, and the barons are lining their pockets while the rest of us scrape by. This badge used to mean something here. Now it's just a shiny reminder that I'm babysitting a town no one else wants to deal with. Well, what isn't going on? To start, we've got more war refugees coming through here than beds to house them. The Castle Crime Syndicate is operating in broad daylight, and a new drug is carving through the homeless. To top it all off, our worthless mayor ended up getting himself disappeared, probably by some group of military-level mercs he was in bed with. One of these problems would be too much for us to handle, and we've got 4, and those are just the big ones. I am doing something about it. I'm drinking myself to death and hoping Bub fixes it. Look, we're undermanned, underfunded for the big city problems we're up against. If you want to go get yourself, just do me a favor and do it in this. Well, that's the first damn thing I tried. Walked my sorry ass into Fort Weston and got turned around, telling me they've got bigger things to worry about. Told me to come back if things escalated further. What the hell more escalation could you ask for than half the town disappearing? Government doesn't care about this place. It's just a pit stop on the way to Vegas. As long as we aren't shooting troopers on the I-15 or cutting into profits, they're happy to let us sit here and squabble amongst ourselves. I guess you ain't much of a rush, are you? You better not be from the hub, son. The hub's something of a shithole. Ain't a secret to anyone here. Seems to me the shit has started leaking its way down the 15, looking to get flushed into the Colorado. Baker used to be a frontier town. Seems the frontier keeps heading further east. All those big city problems have made their way to us, but we don't have the manpower to do anything about it. Organized crime, barons not having control over their own goddamn men, you name it, it's all here. Between me and my deputies, we've got about 5 warm bodies to keep it all under control.
I'm on duty, so make it quick. Perhaps. As you've noticed, our police department is lacking in a lot of the basic. We have 3 broken patrol cars and no functional ones. Our uniforms are hand-me-downs from the Hub State Police. And we have severe personnel deficits. So, as it stands, it is possible for me to secure some of those resources through my friends in the State Police. But right now, they don't want to work with me because they have no faith in the leadership of this town. I need to apply pressure on Nolan. The fact is, his alcoholism is ruining his ability to be good. Well, there's a couple ways to go. The first is straight talking it. Maybe you can say something The second is by going to the press. There's a reporter. We leak the information to him and use that to get Nolan to clean. The second one, we'd have to be careful. I don't want to destroy Nolan so publicly. Just want to give him the extra push he needs. While you're at it, you might want to try talking to his ex-wife, Cynthia. Good. And if you go with the reporter route, I think Nolan's being blackmailed with his condition. I've heard him on the phone with someone a couple times when he thinks I'm not watching. I don't know who, though. Anyways, let me know when you've made a breakthrough.
What do you need? Uh-oh. Bub dragged you into this, huh? The simple fact of the matter is, what we're doing is working. I've been improving. I've cut back substantially. He knows this. And while I'm ashamed of my past actions, I have no intentions of stepping down. Cynthia, I've let her down. I've let myself down. So what? Should I step back for a bit? True. I'll get myself checked into the clinic, but what do you think should happen next? I don't know. I've been sheriff for, I don't even... I'm fine with one last charge into the gates of hell, because we all have to leave this earth sometime. It's also important to bring the clinic into the loop. I'm gonna need people on standby to avoid the seizures, especially at my age.
I'm on duty, so make it quick. Absolutely. Identity theft is a serious problem for caravaneers due to the sheer amount of paperwork that has to be filed. Out of curiosity, the way you said it, you're not Elias Turner? Is there a particular reason you're filing and not him? Oh, that's going to be a problem. If he can't present himself here, then the matter is technically out of our jurisdiction. That said, while we were talking, I did recall that an arrest of a different Elias Turner occurred on the road to Hub City. We'll have to wait for the Hub Stadies to finish their investigation before I can move on this. I can help, but it will take at least a month before I can get what I need to properly file the case and get a motion to let your friend. My recommendation would be to secure a military. There's a growing homeless a large and nasty new concoction. Jet cut with pre-war sugar preservatives. Less pure, but even more. They only just recently dipped. Well, the short answer is there have been significant cuts to welfare and housing throughout Hub's state. Combined with the jobs moving west, this has wrecked the Hub's economy. They are a Hub-based criminal syndicate led by Levi Castle. He was the brother of Chevy Castle. That's right. It was a pretty big story. This is that guy's organization. I can't believe they pushed that case so quick. That's why his brother's still free. I understand that they haven't been doing too well in the Hub since the projects were demolished, so they came here instead. We're understaffed, and there are other pressing... mercenaries attacked the town hall a month ago. They locked down the town hall and there was another shootout a couple days later, but none of the
Did you need medical assistance? The sheriff? If it's only for maybe a week or so, we can spare a doctor. Talk to Sister Mercy over in the church.
I don't believe... A church. Our Lady in the Desert is an ancient religious site. The people from before the deluge worshipped a god who promised eternal life. In the aftermath of the apocalypse, it became a place... The jackals are gone now, leaving the devout to once again... The local sister, who has tended to this site for many years, allows me to preach here. No, a sister of... Sister Mercy. She found this church many years ago and brought a flock of true believers here to live alone from the outside world so that they may commune with their God alone. I think that's a strange way to try and reach them. Humans who have succumbed to the vices more than most. They are without a trace of holiness. They have long left these lands, attracted to the hellish glow from Gomorrah to the east. I am a follower of the way of Rita. There's a lot to say. It is an ancient religion, older than the war, older than the country whose dead bones you walk, older than perhaps even the ground itself. Still, I suppose I can give you the basics. Everyone has karma. All the choices you make, the life you live, they change the world around you. All those karmas interact with each other. In our vast and infinite cosmos, there are rules by which these karmas meet. The rules in the world they make are called Rita. The Rita must be reinforced through righteous actions. The way of Rita seeks to show the world righteous actions. Those that require sacrifice, honor, and kindness. Dharma laid out many teachings. He spoke much wisdom, all the more impressive considering that he did not have a body. The wrong thing is rewarding, a path to power and riches. The right thing is not. Anyone who understands that is at risk of temptation. And if This is what happened before the deluge. The Rita had rotted through in 2077. All those consequences of all those actions annihilated the Earth. But the bombs were not the greatest punishment. The Kali Yuga refused to end. The Rita was so broken that not even the great Buddha himself could usher in the repurification of humanity. We live in a broken world. If we all do the right thing, then one day it may be fixed, and our apocalypse will be over. No, the Kimball administration has banned missionaries of all religions from traveling through the Mojave Military Authority for the last 5 years. He believes that it will undermine the mission there, whatever he believes his mission to be. A missionary. You must accept the truth of the way that all the suffering in the world is due to that. No.
Hello, brother. I am... My first name... I know who you mean. That punctures even my isolation. Tell him that he is more than welcome to come. I once... These days, That is correct. We believe that true devotion to God can only be... Unfortunately, as the NCR continues to expand eastward, many of us have left further east still. I am not even a true nun anymore. Too many people. A healer. I don't know, but she's never come back. His name is Right. He doesn't worship our God, but he's dedicated to spirituality just as we are. Calls himself Dharmist.
What do you need? All right, I'll head over there and talk to Bub. Get the arrangements.
I'm on duty, so make it quick. Yes? That would probably help with the transition. I've seen Nolan sober before, and he was a fairly able trainer. Perhaps the deputy role would be best for him. Very well. Once he's medically cleared, he can... Give us a few days to sort things out. We can talk about...
Saw another family heading down the 15 yesterday. Didn't look like they had a destination in mind.
Well, everyone, I'm going to call it here for the night. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next stream. Peace out, everybody.